What's up, people? Winko here, your favorite Hawaiian guy. Welcome back to my next episode of the United States of Winko. So, the winner of last episode's trivia question was Philip Skupik. So, congratulations to him. He's going to be the mayor of my next city, which is going to be right here. And this city is going to be called Buffalo, New York. So, let's get this party started. Alright, so I'm really happy to have this city done because I'm finally going to be connecting the rest of Interstate 90 to the other part of Interstate 90. And I'll be halfway done with the longest interstate in the United States of Winko. Well, I'm not sure if it's going to be the longest in the United States of Winko, but it's the longest interstate in real life. First things first, we need a whole bunch of trees. It's very mountainous terrain. That's what I noticed. Like, the lower the elevation, the more trees you can add. Another thing I noticed. It's not going to be much of a big city at all. It's actually going to be more like a medium-sized town, really. My goal is to at least have like 30,000 Sims living here. And that right there, that's the road that leads to Canada. Yeah, because the real Buffalo, New York, you can drive from Buffalo, New York to Canada. Because it's right on the border, basically, around the Great Lakes. And is that all of it? I just want to add as many trees as possible, because that brings up the environmental need. Well, environmental scoring, whatever you want to call it. It's taking forever to add all of them. It's because of the high elevation, that's why. Alright, we got it. Alright, mayor name, Philip Skupik. City name, 1 second. Buffalo, New York. And yeah, establish the city. Alright, we got it. Now, first things first, we need to throw down a few money trees. Let me put those on the edges of the city. And next, I just need to build the highway. Interstate 90. If I can build it. Right. Oh wait, I got it. Wait a sec, what the hell is going on there? Weird road that I can't really connect to anything. Yeah, it's another glitch. Okay, so here's Interstate 90 coming from Rochester, New York. You know how, in my other cities, I used to just build, like, the interstate, like, all around the town in, like, a circle? I'm not gonna really do that for this city. I'm just gonna... Well, I kinda am, but... Because it's not supposed to be a big city at all. It's supposed to be a small city. Well, medium-sized city. Yeah, this is more difficult than I thought it was. Oh wait, no. Actually, it doesn't. Never mind. I didn't think those roads were going to connect so easily. But we're still not done yet. Now, there's roads coming from the east and the west and the south. Nothing to the north yet, because I don't have a city to the north of this. Only... Damn, I barely even have that many roads coming from Rochester. Surprising. Whatever. Ugh, don't want to build any tunnels. I want to be able to see where my Sims are driving and where the roads are connecting. Ooh, that's a cool looking bridge. I hear horses. And... Okay, so... what my goal is to make sure that all the roads are connected and to have access to the interstates. Well, federal... well, yeah, they are interstates, basically. Not highways. Damn it, what the hell went on with that? Darn it, now I have to fix that. Can I? Damn. Alright, I got it. Finally. Yes! It finally let me add full access to the interstate. I mean, they need a way to get around, so yeah. And just gonna have this road just keep going north all the way up to the shore of this city. Because Lake, what is it called? I think it's Lake Huron that's to the north of this. Yeah, I think it is Lake Huron. I need to double check that, though. Alright, so... I almost got it complete. Well, no, I don't almost have it complete. There's still a lot left. I don't know why the fuck I just said that. I'm just talking off the tip of my head right now. I don't want to be silent in my episodes of the United States of Joe Winko. Oh, wait. Hold on one sec. Alright, that worked out good. Hopefully I can keep that bridge. Yes, I can keep it. Awesome! I'm gonna have to build another one to go across this. Is it high enough, though? Who cares? Like, no one's gonna take a boat through that anyway. Actually, hold on. Let me tear it down. Oh, it was high enough. Can I make it higher, though? Alright, that's good. And is there anything else? I mean, any other roads coming from that side? Yep, there are. There's this one. And if I can... Yeah, I got it. And more access to Interstate 90. Awesome. Damn it, it keeps wanting to have me build tunnels. I don't want to build fucking tunnels. Get that through your head, you stupid game. Or stupid AI, whatever I should call it. For those of you who don't know, AI stands for artificial intelligence, but I'm not sure if this is that's a correct term to use for that, but I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine, if not better. Okay, and the road from Canada. There's another thing I want to put down real quick. The road sign that I made. Let me put down 2 or 3 of those, actually. Ontario to New York. Ontario is a Canadian state. And also, if you look at the way it's shaped, it's kind of shaped like a whale, too. I never really noticed that. Oh, you can see bears and moose and horses crawling through the forest. Oh, I can add an intersection too. Didn't notice that. Alright, I better save, because this game's like notorious for crashing on me. And plus I almost already have the roads done, so that would piss me off if it crashed. Alright, there's one more avenue coming from the west that I have to build in. I forgot what city's to the west of this. I think it's like some city in Pennsylvania. Is it? Okay, it didn't let me add in an on-ramp from there, but doesn't really matter though. We're already close enough to the highway. Plus, there's not going to be that many Sims living in this city. Oh, there's more roads. Damn, how did I miss that? Okay, so I think that's basically everything. I mean, over time I'll add more roads, but wait, there's there are more roads coming from the south. Did not notice those. Alright, there's one here. Wait, this won't take long to build. Just gonna have it connect to that. Actually, that's basically what I'm gonna do for all of them, really. I don't even know what city's to the south of this. Let me check. Oh, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. That's what's to the south of this. So, all the roads from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania are covered. I mean, are connected. To the west of this is Erie, Pennsylvania. Yeah, I forgot all about that. That is what's to the west. Up here is, oh yeah, Erie, Pennsylvania, because it also has the Canadian side to it also. And Rochester to New York to the east of this. Nothing to the north of this yet. But this road right here, gonna connect it. Well, gonna try to connect it. Not gonna add a... Actually, hold on. Is it possible for me to... Yeah, let me build a bridge. So I'm gonna try connecting this to that. Alright, so I got that done. Now, just need to add some of the landmarks. There's only 2 of them that I have for this city. First one is the... But I have so many buildings, like, in the landmark bin. And this game has, like, no proper way to, like, categorize all of them, or list all of them. I only have 2 of them, so it shouldn't be too hard to find. That music is kind of distracting me, though. Let me turn it down a little bit. Alright, there. I knew I had it up too loud. Let me scroll all the way to the top. I know it's in here somewhere. Alright, it's not that sign. Oh yeah, the Liberty Building. That was one of them that I wanted to add. And there's more, too. It was like... If I can find the other one. I know it's like a hospital or something. I think it's like the V... Yep, here it is. I'll just throw it right here. Don't really need a specific location for it. I mean, because the Sims never actually visit the landmarks at all. They just, like, walk around them, and it just attracts more Sims. And they just make my city look nicer, too. That's basically what they're for cosmetic reasons. Guess you could say that. I mean, I don't know. Wouldn't be covered by health insurance. That's one thing I can say about it, especially if it's in the real USA. But that's a whole nother story. I always try to avoid talking about political stuff in my episodes of the United States of Joe Winko, but it's kind of a habit for me. It gets annoying. I mean, you have enough political stuff shoved down your throat every day as it is. Speaking of political stuff, you guys hear about this stupid new law? I think it's not for the USA. I think it's called Article 13. It's supposed to, like, ban copyrighted content on the internet, like, but it's only for Europe, though, but still, it can get pretty bad if it passes. Well, I think it already has passed, but I'm not sure when it's going to take effect. It's going to, like, completely destroy YouTube, literally. For Europe, it will. And it bans memes, also. I always call it the memes for some reason, but they're really called memes. That's gonna suck, really. I mean, and it's all about money. That's what it is. But little do those assholes know that if you ban, like, copyrighted content online and everything, like, it's gonna have a less likely chance of being discovered. Like, because you know, music artists, like, the only way they get discovered is by putting their stuff online. So, like, if someone uploads, like, a talk video, I mean, how do I say this? Like, there's channels that do, like, top 10s, like the top 10 best songs of the 90s and stuff like that. That's how a lot of music like that gets discovered by everyday fans. They listen to that. But, you know, if channels like that aren't allowed on YouTube anymore, that's gonna get them less exposure, and they're gonna end up losing a lot because of that. And, you know, the sick thing is, I mean, the fucked up and stupid thing is, if this law already passed in Europe, I'm not sure if it has or not yet, that's the only way they're gonna figure out, oh, hey, we're not making as much money as we used to. We better reverse this. And God knows how long we'll have to wait for them to figure that out. That's stupid. It also is gonna affect gaming videos. So, like, no one in Europe is going to be able to watch this video at all, because it's copyrighted content under maxes. What if no one from Europe has ever played SimCity 4 before? And what if someone from Europe sees this video and says, hey, that looks like a fun game, I should go get SimCity 4. And then bingo, then Maxis gets more money now because I did a video of playing SimCity 4, but because that stupid Article 13, they won't be able to watch this video at all, and then they're never going to find out about SimCity 4. Well, you know, that's on them then. Like, the idiots who passed that law in Europe. And Europe, out of all places. I mean, this seems more like a law that would pass in the United States, honestly. But Europe? What the hell? I thought they were smarter than this. Jeesh. Then I definitely, you know, if that law really does go into effect, I definitely wouldn't blame the United Kingdom for leaving the European Union then. I mean, seriously. And I wouldn't blame Texas for leaving the USA if that law goes into effect. I mean, like, if it ever made it to the USA, I wouldn't blame Texas leaving the USA. Hell, I wouldn't blame Florida for leaving the USA. But, you know, the chances are, based on the way things are done in Florida, if Florida became its own country, I probably would not want to live here. Well, I wouldn't want to live here. That's what I meant to say. I would say California, but California is way too expensive for me. I'm too broke for California. It's sad, but it's true. Oh, I forgot to add the necessities. Damn it. All this political talk is getting to me. And need to add colleges. And need to add bus stops and parking garages. I'm pretty sure my long ramble made no sense to anyone. It's probably for the best of it. I often say things that don't make any sense. That's what makes me Joe Winko. Oh yeah, by the way, I also have like a lot of haters on the on the Mobile, Alabama section of Reddit. Just letting you all know. I was planning on discussing that in a future episode of Joe Winko Talk. Because it's like absolutely ridiculous how mean people there are. You know, if you want to have haters, just go to the site Reddit. You'll definitely be able to find some. And you know, you don't even have to be mean to get them. Really. I don't like Reddit. That site sucks. Well, the thing about Reddit, it's like an anonymous site, and I think the reason why they get pissed off at me on there is because, like, I'm definitely not anonymous at all. Like, when I post something on Reddit, I let people know that it's me who posted it. And I think they get mad because that, like, defeats the whole point of Reddit. And also because they're jealous, because some of them they're most likely, like, really ugly, deranged freaks who don't want to show their faces on the internet. So that's why they're such assholes all the time. Well, not all of them are. I mean, some of them do have the nerve to show their faces on the internet and be assholes still, but I don't know. I was going to discuss that more in a episode of Joe Winko Talk. I mean, there are like a couple people from Mobile, Alabama who were pissed off at me about the video I did there. And I was just like, what the heck? And they said, oh, your video's stupid. You're making fun of our city. How the fuck was I making fun of your city? I liked Mobile, Alabama. That's why I wanted to go on a road trip there. And then, like, there's this one crazy chick who is telling me, oh, like, I just keep remembering how rude that tourists are to locals. And I was like, what? I wasn't talking to any of the locals there. And then she, what else did... Oh yeah, the people from the Mobile section of Reddit, they were telling me that the only reason why I went to Mobile, Alabama was to get famous on YouTube. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Why the fuck would someone go to Mobile, Alabama to get famous on YouTube? I mean, I would have gone to California if I wanted to get famous on YouTube. And you know, the thing is, I don't want to get famous on YouTube. I only just want a couple good people who, well, I do have good people who listen to me on YouTube, but I just want a couple of good people who listen to me on YouTube and listen to what I talk about and who enjoy what I talk about on YouTube. But, what was I gonna say? But the reason why I don't want to get famous is because of people like that, like those negative people. And plus, I don't want a bunch of people all up in my business either, really. But you know, there are some good things about me, specifically. The good things about me are that, like, people forget about me really easily, and I don't mean to say that to make people feel sorry for me or anything, but it is true. I'm not going to deny it. People do forget about me very easily, and I used to be upset about that for a really long time, how easily people forget about me, but in all honesty, it's actually good, really, and I'm kind of glad they do. Because, like, because I get haters a lot, and after a while, the haters, they don't like stalk you and follow you for a while. They just forget about you after a while. Because if they did stalk you and follow you for a while, that would not be good, but mine don't, so I'm glad about that. I mean, and if they did, they would have, like, no lives then, really. But if they weren't my haters and they were watching all my stuff on YouTube, then I would be happy for them then, that they like watching my stuff on YouTube. Because I don't post stuff on YouTube to upset people, really. I mean, as much as they were trying to make it seem like I was, like, saying that I was making fun of their city. That got me so angry, really. I mean, it's just like the people from this one group I liked about Arkansas. They said that I was just posting my YouTube videos on the Arkansas group just to get money, and I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about? I don't get paid money for any of my YouTube videos. I never made 1 red cent off of any of my damn videos, and I'm glad I didn't because I don't want to do them for money. The whole point of my YouTube channel is for people to learn about me and to learn what goes on in my head. And did I make that clear enough? And I'm not sure if I made that clear enough in my episodes of Joe Winko Talk, but I'm going to be doing an episode of Joe Winko Talk about that now that I think of it. Because that's the whole point of them. And for people to say I'm just doing it for money or just doing it to get famous, it pisses me off because it's totally not true. Oops. Accidentally zoned some agricultural zoning over there. Did not mean to do that. But it really does piss me off. But you know, people like that who claim that I'm just trying to get famous on YouTube, they obviously are not seeing the full picture, so why the hell should I be bothered? But still, it angers me, really, that they really think that. And if I was just trying to get famous on YouTube, it wouldn't anger me at all if they said that, really. But it really shouldn't anger me either way, so, I don't know. I think my blood sugar might be going high again. I always get moody when my blood sugar's high. I need to add some more police stations here, too. And fire stations. And libraries. Yeah, I did forget to add libraries, didn't I? Oh, I unlocked the large elementary school. And... Alright, we're at a population of, 14,000? Gosh. Yeah, this city is growing fast. Sheesh. Oh, they need water. Alright, now they got it. Alright, so there's a bit more people here. I must have accidentally zoned some high-density residential. That's probably what I did. But for now on, I'm going to zone low-density residential, because I don't want too many Sims living here. It's not supposed to be a big town at all. It's supposed to be a small town. Well, medium-sized town. So I'm going to add some more, whoops. Wait, no, that turned out fine. Let me just add some streets around this. So, like, when I zone the areas, they show up fine. And another water tower. Oh, crap, I just remembered. I need to add a landfill zone. Well, garbage disposal chute. That's what I needed to add. I'm not sure if I need electricity by it, but I'll add that in anyway. Okay, so we're at a population of 14,000 Sims. And now... my goal is like 30,000. That's my goal. Of how many Sims should be living here. And it shouldn't be that... It shouldn't take that long for all of them to move in. They tend to zone up really fast. I mean, they tend to move in really fast. Again, I'm talking off the tip of my head right now, in case you guys aren't aware. But yeah, it's true. I really don't want to get YouTube famous. Like, there is one thing, though. I never won a trophy before in my whole entire life. And you know how... I'm not sure if you guys are aware of this, but you know that YouTube, if you reach, like, I think it's 100,000 subscribers, they give you, like, a silver play button. And I always wanted a silver play button when I first heard about them, which hadn't been that long. I wanted to win one, but then, in order for me to get that, I need to have 100,000 subscribers. And, I'm not sure if I want that many people. Well, to be completely honest, the only reason, like, right now, I currently have, like, 11,000 subscribers. But, I don't mean to be mean at all, but like 90% of those 11,000 subscribers, they're not here to watch they're not here to watch me at all. Me and my pointy red bandana and me talking about stuff in my pointy red bandana, or me rambling while I build these really fancy cities in SimCity 4 in the United States of Joe Winko. The only reason why they're all subscribed to me is because they like my Sims 2 scary videos. That's the only reason why I ever made it past, well, I shouldn't say that. Well, it is true. That's why I got my subscribers so fast. I mean, I still probably would have managed to get like a whole bunch of subscribers. It just would have took a lot longer if I didn't make the Sims 2 videos. But that's like the only reason why I got so many subscribers on YouTube so fast, is because I was making the scary videos of The Sims 2, which ironically now I'm tired of making them because everyone just keeps asking me for them, and that's all everyone ever wants, and everyone keeps leaving comments on my videos asking me to make a new one even though I tell them not to. But, well, not everyone. Most of the people, like, there's a lot of good people who watch my videos on YouTube, and they even say themselves, like, hey, Joe doesn't want to make a new Sims 2 video, stop bugging him for them. And they even say that, and I don't give those people enough credit, and I really appreciate them for doing that, because, it lets me know that they still care, because, if every single one of my subscribers was telling me to make a new Sims 2 video, we don't care about your other videos, just make the Sims 2 ones, I would be so angry and so disgusted that I would just, like, leave YouTube for good, really, or just disappear from the face of the earth and not tell anyone what happened, but shush. Oh, I unlocked the mayor's house! And a house of worship. We'll put that right by the interstate. And, ooh, at City Hall. Awesome. Where should I put that? I'll put that right by the police department. And, damn, I unlocked so much stuff. I even unlocked a university. Let me put that right here. And another bus stop right there. I don't know why I keep doing that. I don't know. Oh, I forgot to set this to build all styles at once. Otherwise, all the buildings are going to look the same. Let me just save my game. Alright, so Buffalo, New York, population 18,048. Let me see how many of them are using the interstates. No one's using the Oh wait, yeah, they are. Where are they all going? Oh, they don't use them that much. What about this side? Alright, no one's using these interstates at all. Oh wait, yeah they are. They're all going to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Is that to the south of here? Yeah, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. You know, there is one thing I'm going to admit. I spend way too much time by myself, really. And people always tell me, Joe, you spend way too much time by your... Well, actually, no one really tells me that. I just tell myself that. But, you know, when I type online that I spend way too much time by myself, people just tell me to go out and make friends. But where the fuck should I go out and make friends at? I mean, the only place I can think of are, like, bars and nightclubs. Because that's where, like, people in their 20s go to hang out at. And the fucking stupid thing is, bars and nightclubs, I don't like that environment. The music is way too loud. You can't talk to anyone. People are getting drunk and people are getting wasted, and it's really annoying. And it's like Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And you know, I actually do like Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, because it's pretty there. I mean, I was only there one time, and I didn't even see the beach while I was down there. I was at some park for like a day. The reason why I wasn't there for very long is because I was so tired, because I was already in, because it was part of a really long road trip. We were in Ohio. Well, first, no, we weren't. First, we started out in Florida. Well, it was the stranger who brought me to Arkansas, like back in 2017. We got back in touch and we took another road trip. He came down to Florida. He picked me up. Went to Valdosta. That's where we stayed the first night at, because the Hurricane Michael was coming through. I got footage of Hurricane Michael, and that was pretty awesome to get footage of Hurricane Michael, and it was kind of scary too, because they told us that a tornado might start, and they said if a tornado starts to get into the bathroom, and I was like, oh my gosh, I hope this doesn't happen. But luckily, no tornado did happen, and then the next day, we went up to Atlanta, Georgia, visited the grave of John Benet Ramsey, then we went through Kentucky, and I did a video at this rest stop in Kentucky. Then we went through, then we finally arrived in Ohio. We stayed a night in Ohio. Then I went around Ohio. I did the video at the Desiree Dreher Memorial Park, filmed a video of me crossing the Ohio River. Then I'm trying to remember, what else did I do that day? Oh yeah, then we went to Marcia King's grave, Buckskin Girl's grave. That was a really sad story I read about online back when I was a little kid, and I felt really sorry for her. That's why I wanted to visit her grave. I felt sorry for all of them, and I did a video there. Then we went up to Cleveland, around the Cleveland area, because I wanted to do a video at the beach during sunrise. So then we stayed at... Wait, no, we weren't in Cleveland. We were in, it was near Toledo, Ohio. That's where I was at. So I stayed there, and then we stayed there for a night, and then afterward, then the next morning I went to the beach. It was like in Oregon, Ohio. And then I did a video there. Then I went to the Ohio Mini Mall, and then Jocelyn Flores's grave. Then I had to go all the way to Astubula, Ohio, to do a video next to the Welcome to Ohio sign. And that was actually my last stop in Ohio. That was all during the next day. Then we drove down to West Virginia. And then by the time we arrived in West Virginia, it was nighttime. So we stayed a night in West Virginia. And West Virginia is beautiful, though. And after I stayed a night in West Virginia, we went to the Charleston Capitol, and I did a video inside at the Capitol of Charleston, West Virginia. And then that same day, we took Interstate 77 down all the way to Charlotte, North Carolina, and I got to do a video in Charlotte, North Carolina of me seeing the buildings, and they were absolutely beautiful, and I was so hyped to see those buildings. But then we had to drive from Charlotte, North Carolina to Myrtle Beach, and that was actually kind of a tedious drive. It was like a few hours. It was fun, though. The whole road trip was a lot of fun. But then by the time we got to Myrtle Beach, the thing was, you guys know how I wear no shirt in any of my videos? And, like, this was in October, so it was cold in Ohio during October. That's another thing I learned. Ohio is not tropical. Well, I always kind of knew Ohio was not tropical, but like it was almost just as cold as Wisconsin. I didn't think it was going to be that cold, but Ohio is not tropical at all. Even southern Ohio is not even close to tropical at all. And it was cold in Ohio, and like I had no shirt on, and I was kind of shivering and kind of cold, and I was walking on the beach in Ohio in October, and I was like trying to pretend like it was summer, but it was really like 40 something degrees out, but we didn't have the humidity like we do in Florida, so I was all right. And then later on, by the time we got to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, I gotten so used to being out there in the cold with no shirt on. Like I was kind of braced for the cold, and I was braced for that cold. That's the thing. And when we got to Myrtle Beach, it was hot in Myrtle Beach. Like really hot. It like hotter than I had became used to, and I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting Myrtle Beach, South Carolina to be cold, just like Ohio was. If it would have been cold like Ohio, I would have been fine there, and I wouldn't have been so out of it. But it wasn't. It was cold. I mean, it was hot. And like I remember I was going to go to this one spot in Myrtle Beach because I was going to do a short video there, which I haven't published yet. But I plan on publishing it later eventually, because there's one thing I one video I wanted to do first before I published it. And I remember I had to walk and I had to find it because, well, I didn't have to walk. He would have drove me to it if I knew exactly where it was, but I thought it was nearby, and I ended up having to walk like 20 minutes to find it, and I was wearing my cape and I was sweating. My cape was like drenched in sweat by the time I got there, and I was like so out of it and everything that the video itself didn't even turn out right. And then right after I was done filming that video, I was just like, oh, okay, so I guess I better be going home now, because I was so out of it. And then we drove home, and it was a really fun trip. I loved it. It was a lot of fun. It's just that I got tired out by the end of it. I got tired out. And you know, the thing is, the next time I do a really long road trip like that, what I'm going to do, if I find someone who's nice enough to take me on a long road trip like that, I'm just going to ask them, hey, would it be okay if we just spent one day on this road trip just relaxing and resting so I don't get tired out so much? And I'm pretty sure they would be nice enough to say, oh, you know what, you're right, we should do that. I've been driving around so much, we should just take a day to relax and rest for a bit and hang out somewhere. Really. Because it didn't really feel like it was like a vacation. It felt more like it was some magical quest or something, like an Elder Scrolls Oblivion, which was a lot of fun, because I seriously do not do that enough, honestly. I don't go out on adventures enough, honestly, like I should. But you know, the thing I always think, even though I don't go out on adventures enough as I should, as I would want to, I'm always trying to find one, and I'm always able to tell myself, at least I tried. At least I tried to find one. And I did all I could. And you know, that's the one thing that I think everyone should tell themselves. Like, not just about road trips and adventures, but about everything, really. At least I tried. Because I definitely did. I mean, but it is what it is. And it was a fun adventure, too. And I didn't just try, I succeeded. That time I did. Even though I was really tired, by the time I got to Myrtle Beach and everything, at least I made it there. And you know, one day I'm going to be back in Myrtle Beach, and I'm going to do more videos in Myrtle Beach, showing Myrtle Beach. And it'll be a lot of fun. But you know, the weird thing is, I'm not making Myrtle Beach right now. I made Myrtle Beach a long time ago. This is Buffalo, New York. And another thing I heard of is they're trying to attract winter tourism and trying to have people come up there and visit during the winter to promote winter tourism. You know, maybe that's one thing I can look into. Really. I mean, I wouldn't be able to be outside with no shirt on during the winter, but maybe there's some stuff inside they'd want me to show on video. And they probably would love it, too. I should look into that. But in the meantime, I'm just going to save and I'm going to end this part of the playthrough right here. So far, we're at a population of 21,156 Sims, and that's awesome. We got Interstate 90 connected, and that's awesome too. Thanks so much to Phil for answering last episode's trivia question correctly and for becoming the mayor of Buffalo, New York. And thanks so much to everyone who watched this episode of the United States of Joe Winko. I hope you guys all liked it. So don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Tumblr. And don't forget to answer this episode's trivia question correctly so you can become the mayor of my next episode of the United States of Joe Winko. And that's it. Peace out, people. This episode's trivia question. What weapon did Joe Winko use to defeat Michael Myers in the end of Joe Winko's 2005 Sims 1 slasher film, Trick or Treat? Answer this question in the comments. The first person to comment the correct answer will be crowned the mayor in my next city of the United States of Joe Winko. Please also mention the name you want to be listed as. Remember, you must use the same name at all times. That is it. Peace out, people.